Hi guys, I am making this video to talk about my latest piercing, uh, my experience and the aftercare tips. I would like to say first and foremost that I am not a professional, okay? I'm not telling you that these are the things that you should do. I'm just saying that it worked for me. And I'm putting it out there because it might help somebody else. Okay, so let's jump right into it. My latest piercing is my Daith or my Daith, or I don't know. There's so many different pronunciations to this thing that whatever. Look, is this one right here. I got that done over a month ago. It was not painful at all. I didn't think it hurt. I think I psyched myself out a lot because before I got it, I was reading on the internet and watching videos on YouTube, and everybody said that it was one of the most painful piercings. So I'm like, I was freaking out because I had my industrial done, and I think that's the hardest or the most painful piercing ever. So I was thinking, could it really be more painful than that? But anyway, I went ahead and I got it done. First of all, the girl who did it, how do I say it? I've never been pierced by her before. Every time I go into the shop, she's always there, but she's never really done anything on me. So she did it, and when my brother was gonna record it, at first she did not have a problem with it. And then when she was, you know, prepping and everything, then she started getting nervous. I could feel her shaking. Like her hands were literally shaking in my ear. That should have been a sign, like, Erica, get up off the chair and leave, or get somebody else to do it. But I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So she told my brother, put away the camera or whatever. And then she proceeded to poke me. She did not pierce me, she poked me. And then she wants to tell me that I'm the one running away from the needle. I'm like, no, I am not. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to do this thing, but you can't seem to get it done right. And then I just felt like warm liquid running down my ear, and my brother's like, yeah, you're bleeding. I'm like, okay, but is the piercing done? No, it's not. She shoved the needle in, and then she took it back out. I'm like, okay, look, relax and breathe. This is me talking to her, right? Do you do this piercing often? She was like, I do a lot of piercings often, but the Daith is a very uncommon one. I'm like, okay, because if you don't feel right doing it, I'd rather you not. She's like, no, you know, things happen. Anyway, I sat there and she did it, and it didn't hurt at all. I just felt like, I don't even know how to describe it. A lot of people say pressure, but I don't know. It was a weird feeling, but it didn't hurt. She cleaned it up, she put in the jewelry, everything, and then there was no more bleeding. My ear didn't hurt. And then I got up to look at it in the mirror, and I was unhappy. I did not like the placement at all. It was so close to the surface, I feared that it might reject or something. And it looked a bit more like a forward helix. So I'm like, oh crap. But my brother and my friend are like, no, it looks good. So I left it. I'll show you a picture now. So that's what it looked like. And I really wasn't happy with it. That piercing happened on a Thursday. I said, okay, maybe I can get used to it in a couple of days. By the time Sunday came, I was still looking at the piercing like, what the hell is this, you know? So on Monday I went back and I told them, look, I got this piercing on Thursday and I'm not too happy with the placement. The girl at the front desk, the receptionist, she was like, oh, but I think it looks good, and if you want to take it off, then you have to take out the jewelry and leave it healed for 2 months and then come back here. I was like, are you kidding me? You can just take it out and re-pierce it like further down. She's like, I don't think so, but I'm gonna send you to my colleague to see what she thinks. So she sends me upstairs to another piercer now, Nesh. That's the name of the girl that was upstairs. She did my septum. And I explained to her, I'm like, look, she was so nervous, and this looks like a forward helix, you know. She's like, well, it's because of your hair, you know, you don't really have that perfect spot or whatever to pierce it, but I can take it out and I can pierce it at a like lower down. I was like, can you do that? She's like, yeah, because the problem with this piercing is that she went in at one point and she came out at another, so she angled the needle. I was like, oh, whatever. So she took out the piercing and she took out the jewelry and she pierced it again. So 3 days later I had a new piercing, and this is what it looks like now. I'll put in a picture so that you can see it a bit more clearly. So I was happy with that. Then a week later, my worst nightmare. I had not only developed one bump, but two. One where the piercing itself is, and then another one where it used to be. Now, how crazy is that? I really couldn't believe it. I was so furious. I'm like, are you kidding me? I got rid of my industrial because of that, because of the bumps. I'm like, come on, you know. And after my industrial, I said I am done with ear piercings. That's why I got my septum and my lip. But I went and I got the Daith, thinking that it would have been different, but no. So look at me doing all the sea salt soaks and the tea tree oils and the tea bags and all that crap. It just was not going away. I'll show you a picture of what it looked like. So you see how gross that is. That's ugh. I'm like, come on. I was so sad. So I started thinking, when I got my tragus done, I think I was 17 years old. I had no experience with piercings. I had no knowledge. I don't want to say that I am a wise person when it comes to piercing now, but I know a few things. So I'm thinking, how the hell did I manage to heal a tragus piercing without a single bump, without a single infection? That thing healed in less than 3 weeks, you know? So I thought back on what it is that I did, and I just realized that it was alcohol. I used rubbing alcohol to clean the piercing. At that point, I didn't know anything about sea salt soaks and that you were not supposed to use alcohol on piercings, but I used it and it was fine. So I said, you know what? I think it can't get any worse. That's what I said, you know? I was like, fuck it. It can't get any worse. So I went and I bought rubbing alcohol 70%. They have 90%, they have 80%, and then they have 70%. I bought the 70%. And I pour it into a little bottle like this with a little droplet thingy, you know, and I just poured some in here. And what I would do is I would take a Q-tip. Let me show you. I would take a Q-tip, and I would pour some of the alcohol here, and I would proceed to clean it, the back and the front. And I would do that about 2-3 times a day. And even when I wasn't cleaning it, I was just, you know, dropping a few drops of rubbing alcohol. In a week, I will show you the pictures of leading, like the first day of using the alcohol and so on and so forth. Within a week, my piercing was, the bumps were gone, the redness and the soreness was gone. Now I can move the jewelry freely, and it really doesn't hurt. I'm at the point now where I can wear my headphones. I'll just lift up the jewelry and just put it in here. But this is what it looks like. Still a bit swollen, but it does not hurt at all. There's hardly any crusties on it anymore. and I am really happy with it, you know. So excuse me. So I think you guys should, if you're having problems with bumps or whatever, I think you should give rubbing alcohol a try. I mean, if the first few days you use it, it just irritates your person, then you know to stop. But if you actually feel your person getting better, I think this is the way to go. I am no longer using any type of sea salt, anything on my piercings, because it doesn't work for me. I am very happy with the results. I'm just using rubbing alcohol. I'm no longer even using antibacterial soap or none of that crap. And my piercing is doing great. I am happy. I wish I would have thought of this back when I had my industrial. Maybe I would have still had it. So I'm thinking of actually leaving this one maybe a month or so, just to make sure that it's all good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna redo the one up here, because this is part of the industrial that I had. This one healed perfectly, but the top hole never healed. So I'm thinking on going back and getting it again, and do the whole rubbing alcohol thing, and once it heals, I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna put the bar in, and I think I would be so freaking happy if that actually works. So I don't want to say try it, I'm just saying that it worked for me. And if you do try it, comment down below or leave a video response. I would love to see if it worked for you. And if it didn't, well, you know, this is all my experience, what works for me. Yeah, I think that's about it. My next piercings, I'm thinking on either a rook or a conch. But we'll see later on. I think I'm gonna redo my industrial before I do that one, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this video helped some of you guys. And yeah, see you guys next time. Thank you. Let's go to some more.